The mic is correctly selected. Then let me correctly select the next move. Okay, so we have these weaknesses here. Yo, Maki. Endgame week is up. Oh, hello, Klaslow. We obviously have this, which is center for black. We have a follower. And that is Gowuliba. Thank you for the follow. Okay, we have this one, which is worth 7 points. These black stones are captured. Is there some RG with this? We shall see. Let's mark it for now. We can always demark it. Then we have RG in the corner, some RG. I think this might be center. Then we have some RG here with this cut. No RG, just endgame here. But still, I guess this whole black group shouldn't be in big trouble, but should still be considered some kind of weakness. So some move here for sure could be big. I don't know if black's here sent. Actually, let's because this is a problem. So the clamp here could be pretty big. Then I wonder about this move for black. Is P19 center against the corner is one question. Well, obviously we do still have this and Hane as big moves. We have, of course, this as a big move. There's also still some RG here, so we have to be careful with that. Some RG I should consider here. And something about this. Not really any RG here, just the forcing move, but that doesn't really give white anything as far as I can tell. Okay, so the left side where black just played, we have to figure out what happens if white just ignores because of this weakness here. White could for sure protect it with e5, but capturing the two stones is only worth 4 points. So so that's not worth too much, but yeah, top right first because it's still a good standard. I don't think T14 can be sent for black if white then gets O18. Well, if O18 and connect and Hane under, then black could throw in and then play T19 and that would kill. So I guess that's not a good idea. Unless white can do something or this with these weaknesses here, that is complex. Let's see if P19 itself maybe is just a center move. If you play P19 and white doesn't respond, Well, the problem also is that there's still well, I guess the cut does. Wow. This RG on the outside is quite something. But okay, if there was no RG there, and P19, if white ignores, and then black plays Q19. No, that doesn't seem to be sent. Okay, then about the bottom left. Um, oh, about the bottom left, if you were to connect there and black jumps into A5 and you block, then black could wedge at E6 and you can't cut. Mm. Same thing though, was just, let me just show that. If you were to play here and black still descends here, I suppose white, white could do this and then live separately here. But let's say you would want to capture those. If you connect it, I guess you could connect here, huh? And then the push-in doesn't work. I guess the push-in is center, but that's about it. And the other thing, if you connect it here and black jumps and you play here, then you can play here and white can't play here because it's Atari. So then black could capture the center group. That's what I was showing. So if you can't connect there, mm, yeah, there is the liberty at E6 and B5. So maybe the best defense is simply to play E5 there. I think you do need to respond though, because if now you were to Tenuki to play some big move here, then black can descend, and then now if white connects, you can play here and then wedge here, and again cut this off and kill these stones. So the connection here doesn't work. If this one, that also doesn't quite work, because then you can push in here and then wedge here again. And the wedge always kills white in the center here, I think. So that's not a good idea. So, all that being said, if there's no good way, I think you need to respond there. And E5, I guess we could capture here. You could capture here as well, but if you can already capture this stone with this one. Hey, One Eye. Then this way, there's not much more RG here, and you do threaten to capture two stones later. While if you do some jump here or something like this, black can also still peep here. And you don't seem to gain much more. Well, if you play this, you can indeed connect here. at some point if you wanted to. Or black just captures immediately. But then the Hane is not sente. If black jumps in, then you can still capture, or you can still connect here and then capture here. And then this is not an Atari. Yeah, so I think white owes a move and should play at A. Um, then the question is, can black... Well, I guess if black plays here, it doesn't really do anything, right? It's not like black can... Yeah, okay, so let's remove that one, I believe. Maybe you can I mark this somewhere, somehow differently? Maybe you just remove it. I'm discussing if I should remove it or not, because if I later look at this and think I didn't even consider this, so maybe I just mark it like this, like I already looked at this. Um, yeah, this, even if Wedge, Atari Connect, doesn't seem like this is much. So then, if this, if push in and you block and black plays here, you can just play here. If black plays here, you can throw in, capture and this, and then a move here for black. I suppose doesn't do much. H2, well, it does threaten to just straight up capture those and leave a lot of RG here. I guess you could push in first and then capture. Is there a difference here? I don't think you jump and play this. You play this, you could still play this anyway. You could push in, then you can Hane and connect in Sente. But I could Hane here in Sente then though, so... On the other hand, if black gets to play H2, black threatens to connect under. So H2 might be also something you could want to play soon. Then again, D11 is till 7 points. This whole thing, I don't think there's a lot of points to be had. Oh, actually, black could also play this one. That's a bit more dangerous. If black gets to play this one, and you play here, then black would have to push through and you play here, and I think black loses more here. So I don't think these are... I don't think push... If this you push, then this. I don't think this is such a good RG for black, and if this you can still save it. You can also peep here. You can clamp here. Just K17 looks pretty big. Okay. Let's leave it at that. Let's save it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't prepare. Whoopsie. I need to open Quatrain still. Load the game. Desktop, which one was it now? I think I cut it at, what is it, move 137? Yes, okay. Let's switch. Right, nice. Just waiting for Katrain to get push through to evaluate to the end. All right. Now let's remove the score estimator so I don't see all the mistakes I make. Okay, of course I have to change black to AI so that we can actually start and press on play. So we can actually play a game. Do you want to play a game? Hmm. I'm still discussing this because this group is not in danger because these are dead. So looking at it again, maybe it's not even necessary to play here because this prevents that while black can connect. But maybe, hmm, if black plays here and you play here and black connects and you capture, hmm, I don't know if that's worth it. Okay, let's defend this time because I'm not sure. And I said if I'm not sure, I need to play the more defensive move. That is the rule. Demps the rules. And other than that, what else? The top right, yeah. Kind of also want to get the clamp, but let's defend here. And let's see. Yeah, black then gets this big move. That makes sense. Maybe I can clamp now, but if this and throw in. I guess this doesn't really change anything. I don't get any points, and if black does this, black also doesn't really get the points there anyway. Connect, throw in. 7 points. This one is kind of reverse sent. If black plays this, black can also play here. But this is also kind of double sente. It hurts to play where the opponent last played, but this is just kind of double sente as well. It's not quite sente for black, I suppose, but Okay, so black goes there now, takes um the end game. But now the clamp should work. Yeah, you okay. Uh-huh. But now we clamp, no? Because throw in, if this throw in you can capture, if this extend you can just connect here. I think it should be sent. Yeah, classic AI move to play this now at this point as this exact timing. Fair enough. But I was never going to get I guess I was never going to get this move if I don't play it immediately. Blocking here, if he protects here, yeah, I need to play this one, I think. At least now the Hane for black is not Sente, so that's what makes this okay. So after this, I Atari, of course, and then if black connects, the question is, do I extend one more time? The Hane connect is not Sente. Well, I guess that's the Hane connect here is Sente because after Atari and this, not quite. I'm not sure about like moves here could be pretty big, but this one, Also, but after the descent here, this just looks like a nice move to get, I suppose. Okay, and I get it in center. Okay. Yeah, then I kind of wonder about this push here. This push might actually be pretty big. But this area here, well, it does prevent black from getting like some move like this where black connects under, but let me spend a bit on me for this. So if black gets to play this, and then if this, Atari, this, no, then Atari. If I guess black could just push here, and then if I play this, black could cut here. So I couldn't play this. If I had to play this, then black can connect under. So this would make black, say we take this and go to 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 6 or so points. Hmm. Maybe not that big. I don't think I can play anything great against this group either. It's not small though. Yeah, the capture here was also pretty big. Okay, so actually, oh, wait, no, okay, black can still connect under. So then this is just Sente for me. Yeah, this was pretty big. Maybe there locally there was a better way, but at least now we know we get this in Sente. That also make this descent like okay, we get maybe there was a way to prevent this Sente descent, but anyway, we got Sente again. Um, yeah, this is just pure 7 points. It's so hard to judge if anything in here. It doesn't look like it's not like black gets any points here all that easily. So it's just a pure 7 point gain here. Seems like a good deal. Oh, I see. That is a bit annoying. Oh. Can I ignore and capture here? I ignore and capture here. Black cuts. And there's a Tari here, but that doesn't change. Could also push in here. Oh. I don't know. I really wanted to play this one. This is such a nice reverse, like a double send locally, because if black connects, I have to protect here. But if I capture here, then well, I guess black could play like no, but black has to protect then there. So hmm. This one I suppose is worth 4 to 5 points. This one is something like 6 points now. Um, it might actually be hmm, pushing in here, threatening this. Yeah, that was always black's right. Where captures. It's 1 point instead of 3, so it's like a 4 point go-to move to capture here. But yeah, cutting here would be very big. But maybe I can get this one first. Or is there some better way? Maybe some jump here even. Hmm. I guess this doesn't really help black anyway to give this Atari here. Black would still have to connect and that's Gote. So one question remains. Can I, well, if I jump here, black can just cut me. Doesn't look like it's possible to jump here, Atari here. I guess I could play simply this one. And then if this one I could Atari here and then Atari and Atari. I cannot. Okay, black does play this one anyway. And I get this one later still. Um, okay, we got this move here, which is what I said, something like 4 or 5 points. Something here. If black plays here, if I play here, I don't really get that many points. If black doesn't place here, I don't think that's big enough compared to, well, pushing in here. If I wedge here, is that helpful? I think so, because, okay, yeah, this way. I learned this from AI. This way, if black doesn't play this one at some point. Yeah, this is just the better way here. If black doesn't play this one at some point, then this is not not a point. Black plays here and I can play here, then black plays here, then black keeps the 2 points here, but then I also got the 1 point here if I capture here now. And I think I do capture here now. I mean, especially if black plays, I think especially this, it's probably even slightly more than 5 points. I don't see anything on this board that could possibly rival this capture here now. Oh, hello. Yeah, I was wondering about this move myself, but I still think this was bigger. This just was more black. There was never many points for me to get here, so I also don't think I have anything better than just this Atari locally here. Then this one is just a 1 point reverse center, so is this. This is just a 2 point move, just a normal 2 point move. Hmm. Could attach here now. And if block, I can push here. But do I make any points from that? Guess not. Here, Atari, throw in, Atari. It's not like I have Liberty shortage that black can exploit here. So we just push here, make a point more here, I suppose. And then if block, okay, yeah. First this Atari, that makes sense. That was never going to not happen. Black has this in center. I wonder if maybe even connecting here is worth it. No, it's probably not, huh? Okay, so we do this way. But then is this one maybe? This one might be worth... No, because black... Well, Hane connect? Yeah, Hane connect is actually worth 3 points here. Just the biggest thing left here. Again, this one is not even worth as much. Wait, 2 and 2, maybe even 4 points. Ah, this was also, okay, this was also similar. Wait, this was 4 and this was also 4, I think. This, if we black plays here, it's 0 points here, and now I have 2, and black keeps the, yeah, okay, so this was also 4 points. Yeah. Um, I guess I could play here, which keeps the, well, okay, again, black plays here, I play here, so this is really just a 1 point thing. So maybe this is then the move here to play, or maybe even Konoka the next here. Push extend. Hmm. So black doesn't have a choice there. So I would keep the 2 points there. This. Then black keeps 2 points here, but I also get the point here if we play here immediately. I guess that also, so this is also like a 2 point move, I suppose. Similar-ish. Yeah, reverse center, of course. Yeah. I don't like that AI is playing this so fast. That usually means that no, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Okay, I play here, but also E8 for a point in center. What the hell are you talking about? How is E8 a point in center? Are you tripping or am I? I don't see how that's a point in center. I'm not getting a point with E8, right? But I already prevented from make. He already has no eye. Oh, okay. But then, yeah, but then black can also play here, and then if he cuts, then this is Atari, and so I don't know if I gain much from playing that way. Um, yeah, maybe I could connect here now. Yes, exactly. That's why I didn't see. This is 1 point in reverse center, I suppose. This is 1 point. I guess this connection here. Then I can still push in here and Hane here. Or I guess we can also treat this as a 2 point move. Um, yeah, okay. The Hane here. And then we can descend here as well. Okay, yeah. This is first center. And then Well, a5, black pushes in and then blocks. Um, or I block and then black gets a5. Okay, hang on. If I block here, black gets a5, then I can connect and restart the core. If I descend first, black pushes in and then blocks. Oh, I still have center anyway. Okay, then I like this one better because it has less co-threads for me. Oh, that was also a point. Right. Okay, that was also a point incentive for black always. So it doesn't change much. I literally had this kind of center and these two reverse center. Don't think it makes a difference. This is always 2 centi for black. And this is 2, so yeah. Mm, then we capture. And then we'll have to see. Oh, wait, actually, there's also still this push in here next. Okay, so he does that. I can Atari here now. He can capture. Hmm. Then we have 2 co's. Okay, let's do this because it finishes the game faster. Unless there's something uh, about some weird dame thing that I don't see. Okay, yeah, then I connect here because it's the more game finishing move. Black probably connects here first because that's the AI way. No, what? What? I completely forgot about this point here. Oops. Wait, but that makes a difference. I play here, then black connects the co, and we still have to fight the co, and I don't think I have enough co-threads to win this. Black has so many co-threads in this corner alone. I don't think it makes a difference, but it's still annoying to have missed that I have this. Also, I should have played H1 first because it removes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference. I only have really like this co-thread here and Atari here. Basically just those two co-threads. This is not a co-thread. Black even has this as a co-thread. Yeah. I think I didn't lose anything from that. I guess I have this as a thread. So I have maybe 3 threads. And black can throw in here, play this, maybe even throw in here. Probably not. Um, yeah. Um, I am playing as if we had Chinese rules, but it is Japanese rules, and it's just we just finished this because otherwise AI doesn't let me pass, and I want to pass. And there's also something at the very end of this, which then we have this Atari here. Actually, this Atari capturing. No, I should play here because capturing. Yeah. White plays this anyway. Black plays this anyway. And then we are done with this game in a second. Oh no, there's a dame here still. So I guess it didn't make a difference. I got the last dame anyway, right? Oh no, there's still a dame here. Okay, never mind then. Black gets this dame. Is there some other dame left that I'm missing? No, right? Everything else is filled. And then it can pass, and then we will see if AI passes or plays some forcing moves again. There's a forcing move here, forcing move here. It's two forcing moves. Oh no, doesn't. Okay, I lost more in this game than I usually do, but it was a more complex, very position with all these loose shapes, and maybe it was too passive to defend here. Yeah, I think I started this game at like an 11-point lead, so I lost 12 and a half points in the end. Um, yeah, very early on. This is also why I'm doing it. You can see in the pretty late end game, um, how many moves was this? Like, let's see, we don't count we count maybe. Yeah, this move, by the way, I didn't lose anything. So at least according to this AI. It was just unfortunate because this would have been just. It's not wrong to defend in the top right, but I prefer to play like the points. But I guess this also could flex. I know that this is good enough, right? Well, you can try. The setup is not that hard. You just look for some pro game, adjust the Komi, um, and then play it against Katrain. Okay, but anyway, the game ended. Hello. The game ended at move. At this point here, I want to say connect here and connect here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so in the last 70 real moves of this game, not counting the dame, because then I fill the dame, but I don't count it as the game. I lost 3 points. Hmm. So I mean, that's still not not small, but it's not as much as I lost before, right? F17. Yeah, that was probably wrong, but I couldn't read out in that short amount of time the RG that was going on here. But anyway, it was still pretty okay from here on, but I lost much. Like you can see here, it's white plus 7, 2.5, and I started at like 12 and a half, I think, or 11 and a half. So in the 1, 2, 3, not even. Like in the first 25 moves of this early end game, uh, okay, here it's white plus 11. So from like 11 to 3, in the first 25 moves of this end game, I lost 8 points. Yeah. So this early end game is, well, that's why I start these games against AA at this point, because this is where I have the most potential to improve, and then the rest is just testing how well I can play the last, let's say, 50 moves of the game, because the last 50 moves is what I intensely studied last year, basically. Not because I want to be a master at the last 50 moves, though that's never a bad thing, I suppose, but because I want to prepare for this kind of training, which this part of the game requires all the reading of the last 50 moves as well, because you need to know where the game is going after that and all the follow-ups and such. So you need to know the value of the follow-ups before you need to know the value of the initial move. Because if you don't know the value of the follow-ups, then you can't know the value of the initial move. And that's why you start from the back. So now I'm trying to learn it from both sides. But yeah, the second half has always been my biggest weakness, and especially this phase of the game, which is precisely why I'm training this particular against AI. Anyway, you get the point. So here, okay, this was apparently fine. This only lost 1 point. Oh, this apparently was a big mistake. This lost 2 points. Huh. So what was I supposed to do here? Let's say details. This move was top 40. Aha, okay. I should play this one. I just don't get locally what the better move is here and why this exchange is a bad one. Huh. Okay, not sure about this. And then this was, yeah, this apparently, maybe there was some way here to still play over 18. Maybe over 18 was still the move. Because this lost another 1.5 points. This was fine, yeah. The clamp was okay. Well, actually, I can look it up here. This one. Okay, still O18 was the move here, huh? So am I learning about the importance of O18 today mainly? Actually, here we can also see at this point here. Top policy move was K. What? Okay, top policy move here is K3. That's the best move, apparently. And now what? Okay, let's go to analysis, I suppose. Move K2, details. What's the next predicted move then? Cut? No. Predicted move was B4. No, 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 the cut doesn't work. The cut doesn't work because if you cut, I think black can just play here. And then what do you do? Because black is threatening to connect under with G2, or to just capture the stone. So there's nothing that white can do with this. So you just lost points like this. No, but apparently connecting here now, huh? Or L2. Wait, now, huh? Okay, I will just ask other AI immediately. But okay, let's see what happens after that. Um, this was all okay. The clamp was also still fine. The block here was needed. The Atari, the push-in was fine. This was also okay. This throw-in one then was number one as well. Yeah, and then this one was not ideal. Was F. Oh, you should block here after all. Huh. Because this is never a danger, right? Oh, but this is still the top move. Wait. Move was top number one, and then no, but it's white plus. Okay, I will look at this a little bit more. But okay, so what about this now? No, this loses a lot. Okay, this would have been bad. Um, but yeah, just blocking here would have been better apparently. I was also considering this one. Ah, this one, huh? Now it's so F16 was best according to this, but this would have been at least better than my move, yeah. Yeah, this move didn't feel right, F17. But I panicked because I thought, oh, if I block here, then it's maybe some RG with these, and then I die. I don't know. So yeah, that that was that. Let's download this. Save game as number 13. And go back. No, not go back. I guess we go to KGS Games. We go upload. Then I suppose we still readjust the Komi a little. Well, we could adjust the Komi because the main mistakes happened at the start. So it makes sense to adjust the Komi back. Let's close this. Second half versus AI. Copy of all games. Copy this. Copy it into my game folder. Into March. Then let's open this and change the Komi back to what it used to be. Okay. And then also now let's select the file. Where is it now? There it is. All right. I didn't disable. The one thing though that is nice to know is that the pro that played this game well, at this point, White is 8 points ahead, and in the end, he only won by 3. So even the pro had a lot of difficulty against another pro um, to hold this position from here. And apparently A3 is also a mistake. It was also a mistake. Oh, so this, okay. So this is a bigger mistake according to this AI now. Hmm. So pushing in here. Wait, now it. Wait, hang on. Why isn't this bad? This loses a lot of points. Why AI is tripping? No, I don't get it. Yeah, okay. So connect here apparently, or this one. This would have also been okay. Connecting here. I might have to review this with pushing in. And if this one? No, that just doesn't work. If it jump in, that's what I wanted to see. Is this what is happening here? Is this creating some RG that I don't see here? In that there is some Atari and then the like Yohane here in center, I suppose. You play this one, Black connects. No, I don't know what's happening here. I will have to review this with more playout AI. I still don't get why H2 is such a big mistake, but I guess because of this RG, huh? So just removes this RG, but okay, and then here it was just bigger to play this immediately. What about this? Well, okay, I can play this. Now if this one and capture, then I suppose it is indeed not possible for black to do this. Well, first of all, it doesn't kill. Yeah, it doesn't kill. Yeah, I suppose it just doesn't kill. Then this I could have done all the time, huh? And if then connect here, we just leave this and we connect here. Fair enough. Ah, so the clamp was just always there, huh? Capture here makes sense. But then at least I got this correct, yeah, that was big. Then this was big. And then, yeah, the block here. The connect here. I'm starting to not trust this 50 player for anything in an endgame anymore. If this is so different from Katrain here. Okay, but blocking here was just the clear better move. And then if this one, I suppose you can just capture here. Because, right, black cannot escape here. This is just a disaster. But black can counter here. And I suppose capturing these two stones, yeah, black can still do this in center, and then capturing this stone is not as good compared because now white also captured the two stones and got center and gets to jump in here. Yeah, all right, okay. So that's why this cut here was not a big deal because you could just counter and let black capture h18. And if this now, then you just connect and then this cut here, this cut doesn't threaten much. Let alone that you can still get all this in Sente. Right, and then you can still get this. And then if capture, you can just Atari here. Or if this one, you can still play this one and then black protects. Okay. So that blocking here, just asking for as much as possible, even though there's some RG here, but not enough. And the value of 08, of getting 018, just correctly reading this would also help, I suppose. And then the mystery of this RG on the bottom side. Other than that, oh, right. I completely, wait, black, but black also did. I guess then this becomes a 4-point scintillator, so defending was okay, I suppose. But I could have indeed just played away. Wait, can I? Hang on. After this one, I have to capture here. No. No, but yeah, right, because this one comes, and then if I play this, then Blake can extend here and kill me. Okay, no, so then I guess, yeah, this AI is just tripping a little bit. Okay, then this is fine. This was fine. The wedge apparently is not ideal. Not sure I understand. Maybe because there was still some way to make use of this to play here and take the point. Not sure. Okay, and then after this small end game losses, so apparently I should play here. This was big though. Notari here and this one all okay, just okay, and then this one. Huh. Just here. Just play here because this was never urgent and I then I don't need to be sure about how much this is worth. So maybe 8 just yeah. Who knows? Yeah, then black get was got this one. Which I suppose no black doesn't keep well actually no now that I think about it, this one is just A5, I guess you mean, yeah. No, but this one also black kept this point if you either you get if you do it in center, of course. If you also get to push in, then here black kept the 1 point here. And you got the 1 point. No, it's still the same. Okay. How does it continue here though? just not play here anyway, huh? Hmm. Okay. After this, I can't imagine it's +5. Yeah, after this, I didn't lose any points. So this here was maybe the last mistake of the game. And oh, 4.1. Okay, because this is all of a sudden like a gains a point, so whatever. But from here onwards, it's black +5 until the end. Wait, 210. Yeah, okay, that's just 30 moves, I suppose. So not such a big deal to not lose anything in the last 30 moves. But you know, anyway. Um, yeah, I might have to evaluate this position with my own AI because I'm not sold on this whole thing here yet. Because I mean, I could see that there's RG here, but one like here it's white +7.5 supposedly, and after this and this, it's now only white +5 again. Okay, then you play this one in center, I suppose, but then black also con no, then all of a sudden that loses a point instead of being worth +3. And then after all of this, it's only white +4. And after this, it's also white +4. So yeah, I suppose the real friend is 018 here or whatever. Then black descends, and then we can still play this. And the only reason I can see for this is some way that here you play this one, and after black does this, now you can cut here. Why is this black? Oh, because black didn't answer here yet. And now if black has to answer here, now black has to answer there. Because otherwise, if black, no, hang on. If black now plays away, you can extend here because now this does not work because of this Hane here. Um, and then black can live inside with this. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was thinking that you simply play here, let black live, and then capture these. Which then also allows this one in center and capture here in center. But okay, yeah, sure. You can even play this one or this one even. Let black capture this back, but then destroy this whole bottom side. That's bigger than capturing these. Okay, so that is the reason for L2, that it now makes this capture, or that makes E5 basically center. And that's why playing H2 is a bad exchange. Because now I don't have that option of playing this cut and then after black descends, I have this RG. Wow, okay. See, even in such a inconspicuous position where I just think about, oh, I can get this in center, I don't see anything better. The cut doesn't work because black has H2. Because after the cut, you do have E1, like yeah, after playing this one and the cut. You need two moves to make this RG work, but because E5 is still a quite nice defensive move locally, mm, and capturing here is then also not a small move. Or let's put it this way: the capture then after these exchanges would threaten to, or the capture would be center, basically. Okay, so at least now I get why. I don't know if E5 is really such a big mistake, but I do understand why H2 is not good. Why that's a bad exchange. Man, just such an such an innocent looking move, but it removes all the RG and then makes this such a more powerful way for black. Yeah, and then black captured here. I do wonder if there was a better way now for black here. Oh no, because I already played this. Right. Okay. Yeah, so we have the importance of getting 018 earlier, so I maybe not need protect like this. And we have the importance of not playing this exchange. And maybe this was a big mistake, or unnecessary the way I played it. All right. But that's about that for this game. Let's switch scenes. Oh, actually, no. Let's first go back here and let's see how AI did it. Not AI, no, how the pros did it. Though, again, mind you, they were not perfect either. Especially white was not perfect in this endgame. By the way, white is Ansai no Nopuaki and black is Orisei. So in this game, white connected here. Oh hey Yakago, you get into variations where black gives up the J2 stone. J2. Was it different coordinates before? Huh, no. Probably, yeah, J3. Um, to limit trouble on the right side. Trouble on the right side, okay. What trouble on the right side? Isn't black super solid everywhere here? What trouble could there be? I don't see that. But okay, in the game, yeah, I was thinking about S3 even and some kind of double Hane and co. But with black having such solid shape, I'd never dreamed of anything working inside here. Okay, yeah, that no. See, there's Archie where AI exploits it against me, and I think, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can learn from that. And then there's this kind of Archie where I'm not even mad that I don't see this because, well, that's nice to see if I see it, I guess, but that's not what will lose me most of my games, I suppose. It's more the subtle RG where I need to be aware of my weaknesses and how much AI can gain or the opponent can gain from it. Because there it's much more likely. That's more consistent in every game too. Um, okay, so in the game, it's very similar to what I just did, just that I played e5 instead of connecting here. I played here, and then Blake played this one. Ah, okay. Yeah, pros know to play this clamp. Oh, and then block here too. The block though, then I prefer to play e5. Especially knowing about this RG here now. Because then you can play this, then you can basically, I mean, you can basically incentive capture these in a way. Okay, but okay, block here and then see in the game, and that's in my game, I want to play H2. I didn't say that at the start, but I want to play H2 because if black gets to play H2, Black does keep a lot of these points, and black threatens to connect under to keep even more points. So yeah, in this case, black even got this incentive. And yeah, I didn't like this. Okay, black connects, then okay, yeah, sure. That's possible. Then white extends here. That apparently was a mistake. This first, or what is happening here? No, also not better. This one now. No, even worse. Huh, not sure. Okay, but then this, yeah, okay, the throw in here, then the descent. Okay, and then the same thing happened here. So far the game, the shapes in this game are not that different, right? I also got this. We also got exactly this shape. We also got this. Ah, but then white attached here. Yeah, okay. So white got a little bit more here, but black then also got a little bit more in the center. Did white black? Okay. Okay, then white pushes in here. I did this too. Then white can push in here. Here, yeah, okay. Pro knows to block here. Ah, and then finally white also got this. Yeah, it's really similar to the game I played, right? This shape is, well, I got some points here, I suppose. White captured these, but white blocked here. That's the 2 points that white has more now. Um, and then black also got this in center, and then also black got this, and white also played this and this. Oh, but in this game here, this didn't happen. I okay, is this not maybe bigger? No, okay. You push in, okay. Ah, right, no, okay, this is big, right. But then this is also pretty big. Well, now that the Liberty here is filled, I suppose it's not that big of a deal. White can play here. But there's still an Atari and then Hane here. Ah, so white solves it this way. Okay. Yeah, then black plays the Atari, white plays... Ah, that is just bigger. Ah, potential ko, and then... Yeah, okay. Then white pushes in here, black captures. Um, I suppose that creates some RG here though. And now I do remember this because very soon I will have reviewed this game. Yeah, then black defends here, and then black white peeps here. Black asks this ones, and then takes the point here. Right. So this game I tried to solve from this point, and so I had studied it from this point. And so I had already seen this RG here and all these shapes. Yeah, okay. But I guess what we can say is that this game that the pros played to the end went similar-ish to the game I played, just that black got this capture here and black got a little bit less here in return. Okay, but this is just to humor me a little bit, just to see how this game ended in the end here. Uh, yeah. Alrighty then. Let's move this to the start, or maybe even just close it. Um, oh, is this one of the games? No. Okay. Anyway, it's not one of the games I have done yet. But let's close that for now, and now we go to my favorite place. Yes, so the format is that I take a pro game that was played to the end, um, and then scroll back about 120 to 100 moves. Typically, I go back 120 moves or so, and then I look at it and just judge if that's already endgame or if there's still a big fight going on or like groups clearly unsettled. And if it's endgame, which it's Japanese, it's older Japanese games, so typically at that point it is endgame. And by older, I mean a few decades, not the classic, the old games. But anyway, I take that position then where I feel okay from here it's early end game, and that I try to, and then I adjust Komi so that I'm about around 11, 12 points ahead, and then I try to hold that lead against Katrain. And then I analyze afterwards why I lost points. Because that's the one thing that's guaranteed, that I will lose points. I think my best so far was to only lose 6 points, and my worst was to just die in 60 moves. But my worst, where I went to counting, let's say, I think I once lost 14. I think 14 was the worst. So yeah, between 6 and 14 points is what I typically lose to. You could say around 10 points is probably the average at the moment. And I don't have any goal yet, but that could also be a fun goal, right? That I say I want to improve my average of points loss with time. That could be a nice trackable data, actually, now that I think about it. For now, I'm just trying to get into the habit of doing this training. But yes, exactly. And thank you for the follow, Bryce Sandris. I feel like did I see you in Cosmogo's chat? Seems familiar the name. But like I saw it recently. Yeah, so I would say in those about 100 moves, I lose about 10 points. So what's that? 50 of my 50 to 60 of my own moves. Yeah. Ah, in the Planet League game chat. Right. Okay. I knew it was recently. Um, anyway, let me make a note of the idea that I could. The other thing is that I recently learned who is the best endgame player in the world currently. So that could be also fun to study the endgame of Dang Yifei's games. Yeah, so I made a note of that. Yeah, and I think it's I typically don't enjoy playing against AI, but doing it this way to really specifically train one part of the game that comes short in your or in differently put, because I want to be much stronger in the second half than I am currently, because the second half is often where I lose more. But don't tell that to Greenstone, Baduk. uh, no, but typically this late middle game, early end game is really the phase where I lose a lot. And in normal games, just random games, you're not guaranteed to train that phase because either one of the players dies or resigns earlier, or maybe one of the players is already so far ahead or so far behind that you don't really play a normal end game at that point. Of course, you could just say, okay, I might be 30 points behind, but let's finish this game and let's play my best end game. But then, on the other hand, you're also not guaranteed that the opponent will take the end game seriously. So you're not necessarily even playing. Like you could catch up points, but is that really meaningful? I don't know. So yeah, that is the mitigator to say I train that phase of the game where I'm weakest at, and that I'm not guaranteed to get in my own games usually. So that's why I want to play at least 100 of those this year. And because well, let's say the first 2 months of this year were a bit crazy for me. Very unusual months in a positive way, but still didn't give me as much time for go study as I wanted to. So now this week is designed to catch up a little bit with my yearly goals. I have a bunch of yearly goals. Like I have 100, I want to play at least 100 serious training games. I want to play 100 of these versus AI second half. I want to solve 2000 Dan Guan. Stuff like this. Speaking of, let's do some of those now. So I'm actually on my yearly goal there. So, but let's stay in the lane there. Oh boy, what is happening here? Um, it looks like a ko with this one, right? This is a ko, this, and this. If you play this, white just pushes in, then plays here, you're dead. If you play this, white just plays here and you're dead. If you play here, white just pushes in. Yeah, then it looks like it's the ko. Okay, yeah. The ko I saw immediately because I know this shape from white's perspective. But of course, I don't want to play the ko and then in the end, I missed something better. So, um, okay, you could push here. No, maybe you push. You could push here first. No, but then okay, but then it's still a ko. You push here first, white goes here, you go here. It's not possible. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that was the best I could find. If you capture here, now white can just extend here. If you do this first, white can extend, and then it's a Seki like this. Because if the outside liberty was filled, then it's not a Seki, because then you can play here. But because the outside liberty is filled, if you play this now, white can live. And if you do this, white can make a Seki. So I'm happy that I saw all that and then came to the correct conclusion in the end. With 1 second to spare. Okay, you can play. Wait, hang on. You can play this one first. Hmm. Ah, okay, and if white does this, if black does this, you can push in here. If white does this, you can play here. If you play this and this, and then you can play here. Nice. Okay. Hang on. If you just play here, white plays here, play here. White plays here, you can throw in and but then white can honey here still. Then they can maybe extend here. If this, you can play here. If this, you descend. If this, you throw in. Then you Atari and Atari. So this, and then this, and then it's a Seki. Oh, can't you just push in here? And then Hane here? If this, you can push in, push in. Nice. Okay, you only have 3 liberties here. If you Hane, double Hane. If you play here first, and then this one, no. Then the Hane here. You can't Atari from this side. Yeah, last chance. That was the one I think I hadn't calculated yet, and this one worked. Is this in my semi-eye collection already? This could be, no, yes, it is in my semi-eye collection. Okay. So I did encounter this before. I just today. Um, uh-huh. If you Hane, block, Atari, block, Atari, connect. Mm. Hmm. It was this one. And then you can't connect here though. So I am correct in calculating this correctly. You just Atari. No, wait, but this doesn't work either. Hang on a second. You play this. Then you play this immediately, and then you can play. Ah, the move order killed me. Or made white live, I guess. Sad. Can't you just jump here? Because all you have to do is capture these 2 stones in center. So you jump here. If connect, you can make I versus no I basically. If this, you can push. If this, you can capture in center and then make the second I here. Nice. Oh boy. Can't you just start here? Start here. If this, you can play here, block here, here, then here, or here and push. If block here, no clue. Okay, it was here first. And if this one, no, you just push in. But I calculated this one, so this one, oh, literally everything works here. I hate when that happens. When I basically got, well, here, okay, here, this one was, right, because you just threaten to capture, and then if white defends, you can just play here, and if white does this, you can also just play here because this doesn't work. Ah, okay. Okay, this is already in my list. Yeah, but I thought it looked familiar because I already got this wrong not too long ago, sometime this year, in the last 2.5 months. Oh, is this Atari lives? If you connect here, then here. Oh, doesn't the connection just work? Nice. Okay. I still passed it in the end. But this was one of like look at this 300, it's like over 6 minutes. That was one of the hardest sets that I passed so far. Uh yeah, this doesn't work because you capture and then you don't have, then there's still, or then there's push in and then this one, right? Okay. Uh I think you can also play this first because then you play here and then you play here. But okay. By the way, if you're wondering why I take deep breaths in between, this is also part of my training. In the past, and not too long ago past, um, I didn't deal with losses and mistakes all that well. Much better than when I was a kid, but still very ragey. And not the most gracious loser, I would say. I as a winner, I'm more gracious. I'm like rubbing it in or something, but not the most gracious loser. So I wanted to change that for myself and also just well, because if you make a mistake in game and then you spend a lot of energy into being annoyed, that's also a good way to lose more energy and to lose more games. I'm trying to stay calmer, but for that, after mistakes, I need to refocus every time so I don't fall into this trap. I can see this even now. If I make like two, three mistakes in a row, I can feel the annoyance of the rage building. So I need to take a few breaths and continue with a fresh mind. No, I didn't want to play. Oh, okay. Well, oh, that is not the way. Anyway, this is too done. Let's just skip it. I don't want to keep this open. It doesn't really matter anyway. If I failed one or two more two done problems, two done Guan, like when you can see here, two done is already at like 34 to 707. If it's for 707 or 705, that doesn't matter too much to me. Yes, this is one on Weichi. This is the skill test. The skill test works. You get 10 problems, you get 45 seconds for each, and if you pass at least 8 out of the 10, you unlock the next level. So it's a fun little challenge. Atari, play here. Do this. Honey from this side or this side? No, from this side, right? Because you need this one in center. So you hane from this side. Then you can descend here. You descend this one. Then you can Atari here and play here. Right. Okay. This is dead. This is a known dead shape. So you descend instead. Push this. Honey. Play here. You play this. Okay. Yeah, but this one, white harness, and then this is the dead shape. Very, very known shape. Oh, snake formation. If you attach here first. Mm, hmm. Connect, and you play here and then descend. And if this Atari, no, then you can play this one. Nice. Not even a ko. Ooh, key. Do you throw in here first? Or do you do this one first? I think it's a ko if you throw in here and then do this, and if this, and this you can play here, and the descent doesn't work anymore, so you have to play this one first. Disconnect. Yeah, then it's just like, so you have to play here first. Now if you descend though, yeah, that doesn't work, so you have to play the Atari. And the Atari, and then capture. Hmm. I mean, Q18 seems like the obvious move, but then after R18 and extend, do I just place T18 and it's alive? If you play this one first, can you play like an attachment here and then push in? Nice. Got there in the end. Can you just play here? And if this, you already have to remove this eye, then you play here and here, and this is not an eye. White cannot do this one because this is still not an eye. If white does this one though, I guess then you just placement. Okay, so here, and then you can place. No, you can play. You could play here maybe. So this was correct, and then you do placement here, and then after this you can play. It was one of those situations that, and literally, if you don't play P18, everything worked. This might be in my book already, to be honest. Yes, this is already in my book. Oh, this is actually in the book that I already studied twice. I must have not studied this variation well enough then, if I still got this wrong. Oh, that's surprising, to be honest. Okay. I will, because tomorrow I will start woodpecking again. I will copy this to repeat tomorrow. Also, this was one that I didn't repeat, I suppose, last time. Oh, those are ones that I didn't repeat yet. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's continue this. Um, so if you do something like this, maybe this one after all then. Extend down. Are you already connected anyway? So you play here, then here, and then extend. Yes. Alrighty then. Uh, you cut here. Okay, good night. Oh! Oh no, I know now. No, I see. I realized too late. I rushed it. I still had 10 seconds left, 13 seconds even. You play the extend here. You play the extend here. And then you play this honey here and this one. No, that's still incorrect. Hang on, what? Hang on, what? You play this one? What about this one? Ah, this is already an Atari, right? You can just push in then and then this is not okay. I think this one is also already on my list. Hmm. Yeah, so the next cycle will probably really push me towards the 90% correct solve or something like this. If I'm not already there then, because I'm getting a lot of those still wrong. It's a ko, but how is it the ko in the best way? If you throw in here, and then white can just play here. Huh. Cutting it close once again. Okay. If you start here and white plays here, you can throw in and capture. If white plays here, you capture. If white plays here, you can Atari. No, wait. Yes, you can Atari here. And after this, you Atari. This in a live shape. Nice. Just gotta prevent the rubber T6 shape. You jump here. Then push the. Hmm. Ah, no, 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 this is center, so then you get this, and then you get the ko here. No, no, I completely missed that after this one, white can of course not play here because you can just Atari here. And if this, now you can play this one and capture. Capture. Okay. Scroob is not alive, so you can't just play here and let him live. You can. Oh, you can push in here first. Hmm. And if this, you can Atari and then play this one for a ko. if you play this one first, no. Okay, so you push in and you throw in, and then it's a ko for the whole thing. If white instead now just connects here, then it's a ko for the whole thing again, or white just lives but lets black live. So, oh, if you Atari here, and then just descend here, that's just dead, no? Ah! What? Oh no, I'm so stupid. I had to play this and then this. Okay, yeah, that was a silly mistake. I saw this. I just for some reason you could see it even. I paused here, even though I calculated this, and then what did I what brain what the fuck? It's also on my naughty list. So apparently this is some kind of brain fart that I don't have for the first time. But I'm actually very confused why this is something that I don't get correct. Huh. Well, now I will repeat it at least 6 more times in my life, so this will be eradicated from my mistake, from my blind spots in a few months. Um, is it just Ko, or can you do better? Or Hane first. Maybe if you Hane first. But then throw in, capture, turn. That's not a Seki. Damn. Okay, so there was something better then. Oh, now you can Hane. Shit. Move order. I got everything correct, but the move order. I saw everything. I calculated everything, but this one move order that worked. So you can play this and then you can play this. Yeah. Yeah, and if this one though, then you play here, and then after the capture you can capture again, and this still doesn't work. This only 50% saw this, and then only okay, then 90% saw this. Then so I'm a little bit alone with my getting this wrong here at this point. Yeah, 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 yeah. But blind spot, we will calculate this a few more times. Okay. Hmm. Just Atari, and then Atari, and if capture you throw in, and then if capture you throw in, and then there's nothing white can do. Okay. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. If you just do this one too, white just plays here, you play here. Yeah, this is not possible, so you have to play. To play some kind of ko shape here. That's why this doesn't work. I was wondering, do you have to play here first? And yes, you do. Oh, it's already it's on so many lists. I already tried to solve this as a two-down problem when it was a two-bind problem and I got it wrong. It's on my semi-I list already, and it's on my one done Guan list. So yeah, I even in my semi-I practice yesterday, long and hard did I explain why this is like white O19 works. But knowing that this works for the opponent and preventing it yourself, two different things. Yeah, so you have to play here. And it does make a difference. And then I had three problems incorrect in a row, so now I really need to take a bigger breather because I'm a little bit at risk of getting more annoyed. Think was it all repeat mistakes? No, this one I didn't get wrong. It wasn't three in a row, too. Okay, this one wasn't repeat, but this one was a repeat mistake. See, I didn't even remember the 4x4 problem anymore. Okay. Can play here. Then this, and if this and this you capture, this is center, so you can play here and then this, and then throw in and co. You have to play the Atari here first. Then you can capture and connect, because then you can throw in here. Ah! No, you block. And this is also already on my list. So I thought I was safe, but now you just block. Jesus fucking Christ. Yep, okay. Studying that list will be such a good thing for my one done Guan. So many problems I get wrong there. Um, to wedge first. Then it's a co. Or is it wedge first? Yes, wedge. Then you descend here. And you can capture these. Play this one. No, you play this one first. And then you can play this one, and then this one is sent. Um, oh, this one. You cut first, and then you don't play here for some reason. And then you do block, though. I remember this one because, oh wow. I mean, can you actually see that? Yes, you can. Look at the right to wrong ratio. Barely 400 got this correct, and more than 1.2 thousand got this wrong. So this one is still, yeah, understandable. But then here already. Hey, Dylan. Yeah, then here these two moves only have 35, like 33% combined. And this has another, okay, then most got this right. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, black. Oh, black can push here. Then after block, black can throw in here. White has to connect, and then you can play this in center and this in center, and then you can make life. This is actually a good example for an endgame Tsuchi that is also useful for life, because this is typically an endgame Tsuchi. You play this so you can get this incentive. But here it's just a straight up life and death Tsuchi. Ooh, what is going on here? Ew. Ew. If you connect, white just place here. If you Atari here, white captures. White captures, you play here. Hmm. I have so no idea here. Well, except that I saw that solution. But other than that, I have no idea. Oh, I think you can, hang on, you can jump here. Mm, if this you can push in, that's dead. If white Atari, you can Atari and then clamp here. So white has to block, but then you can also play this one and threaten to connect. So this. Oh no. Um, okay, I mean, this one is threatening to capture these. But if you play here first, then white could capture. So you have play here, like R19 was my instinct at least. If this, then you can play here first. Ah, that doesn't work, huh? Still cool. I mean, not that it doesn't work, but it's still a call. Like you can't push in here. You still have to accept that this is a call, and I don't like accepting that something could be a call. Okay, you can play here first. That forces white to play this throw in. Then you can play here. White can't Atari from this side. That forces white to play here, then you Atari. Okay, so this just works. 10 out of 10! Woohoo! And as always, right after I got a fail, I get a 10 out of 10. So I guess that's still an average of 8 out of 10. Let's do one more. Oh boy. Um, yeah, you play here, then you counter clamp, then you counter clamp again, and then the two inside liberties are just barely enough. Easy. Okay, I mean, I want to say T14. White would have to play S16. And then I could play. Could I? Yeah, I didn't think it was it, but I didn't see anything better. Wait, this does still work. Okay, you first have to play this one, but okay. Again, then this one, and then you can play all this. So I had the right instinct and I didn't follow it. I did see this move. I just thought for some reason that you can't. get this anymore, that you don't have the liberties to do this. But I think maybe here I only considered the cut for some reason. Or maybe didn't consider this liberty shortage. But that's actually one that I know pretty well, so we'll study it. This one is classic, so let me not get it wrong. I think you start here, right? And then you only play this one. Or do you play this one immediately? No, right? You have to play this one first. Honey, this. Oh, and it's not in my semi collection yet. That is actually surprising. So now it's in my semi collection. By the way, I will share my semi collection at some point. But it's a mess right now, so not yet. What? What is going on here? I have no idea. What? What can you even do here? It was that one. But yeah, I guess white. What if white plays this one now? And then plays this. You can still just play this Atari here. Oh, and then it's sent because you threatened to capture these. Okay, I didn't see that. Right, so then after this, now you can protect. Oh, I guess you could also play here now. Actually, not sure what's better. This gives a core threat, this gives a core threat. Hmm. I guess then this one just to remove a liberty of those. Hmm. Okay. You cut, extend, extend. You can play Atari and Atari here. All right. This one attach here. Hinne, hinne, hinne. So this and oh no, this white can play here, so you have to play here. Oh, why? Why is this incorrect? Oh, you can't play here. You have to play here and then. Huh? That you can't connect. What? It's already on my list, so I already got this one wrong. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what? Ah, because you can sacrifice two stones, right? Okay, I want to keep everything. Fair enough. So what happens here if extend here? It's not a core, I see. And if capture, you connect, and then yet again, it's not a core. I can never have good things. Anytime I get a 10 out of 10, I fail at least one of the two before or after. Grr. Um, uh-huh. If you play here, no, if you play here, heh, extend, honey, no, throw in, no, honey, no. This one, this, you don't have the liberties to do this. Oh, now I see. You have to play this one first, and then you play this one. Ugh. Okay. I should have stopped after the 10 out of 10. Oh boy. Huh. No, I have to cut first, I think. Yeah, then that, then you can connect here. Then you can push in and throw in and play this and live. Well, let's do this again and let's do this better. Okay, I want to say this one first. Yeah. And now you can play this one and capture 4 stones. Or wedge and capture more. Here, if this you can just extend, that's just dead. If this you can extend, if this you can Atari here and push in. Not sure why that is one down, but here we are. Here you can play this one. Then this one, then throw in, then play here Atari and remove that liberty. Um, do I start here? I play here. White plays here, I play the diagonal. White plays the Atari, then plays here. I think I need to start here. This, this. Ah, maybe not. Yeah, no. I just realized because of this liberty. Now, if we do this, um, this is not an Atari, so you can win this capturing race. So yeah, anything here works. Even you can even push in here because this is still threatening to kill like this. Okay, semi I didn't think it was in my collection yet. Oh no. Um. Okay. Doesn't this work? And this one comes, but this comes anyway. Maybe this way? Maybe this way. just works, no? Am I missing something obvious here? I am. Oh, wait, this cut doesn't work. Why did I think this cut works? Ouch. So it was this one after all. Again, not trusting my first instinct, and then playing a variation that didn't work at all. Sedge. For some reason, I thought that this there's this one. Hang on, let me see. This one, this one. You literally just play here and you remove. Yeah, yeah, you have these two Miai. Okay. I hallucinated hard there. Like 2 times. I hallucinated that there is something for black here, and then I hallucinated that there's something for white here. So I think it deserves its spots. Oh boy. Isn't it maybe just here? No. Okay, I didn't see anything better than the ko, so I trusted my first instinct at least. Okay. If you play this one, this one, this one, connect, mhm, or this, time, this capture. Okay. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Atari here. Mm, then this one. And then you can play Atari and Atari. You can play here. If this, you can play the Atari. If this, you can kill. I vividly remember this one because I spent like ages. Maybe I even streamed this. I would pack this. This is on my list here. And I spent ages. I just didn't see this move order for some reason. Oh, this is just Atari and Wedge. Yeah, this one I see pretty quickly. All right, 9 out of 10. Let's end this on the high note. The guaning, not the stream, but the guaning. So earlier today, this morning, I did one set where I got, well, it says 8, but why did I say? Oh, that was, hang on, that was this one. Um, yeah, because this for some reason there was some lag. It didn't load the next problem, and then I clicked refresh, and in that point, at that exact point, it did switch to this problem. So that's why I had this wrong in 2 seconds. But yeah, so that was 9 out of 10. Didn't I have another one here somewhere where I? Oh, wait, this was timed out. I was so confused why it said 5 out of 10. Why did this time out? I got this correct. With time to spare, no? Okay, anyway, so this is a 6 out of 10. I always use the one that's up here. So yeah, again, 9. So okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14 incorrect, so 46 out of 60. I mean, not amazing, but still within the norm of what I currently have. Okay, also I said it's 138. I just checked that my end game today lasted about 100 moves because I also mark this in my I also make note of this in my um actually probably I should not even say how many. Well, nah, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Then I did 6 sets. So let me put this into my system. 46 and delay gaps, which was the breathing. But since I got 14 wrong, plus the one where I thought I got 3 wrong in a row, let's say I had 15 delay gaps. Okay. And let's do some sensei training. And here we will go back to Endgame in a way, because those are from my Endgame, from my very first Endgame versus AI, second half versus AI. I always call this Endgame, but it's literally, it's mostly the second half. I think it's literally 100 to 120 moves can be the whole second half. Um, so I have the description, find a move that rivals R10 and B13. Yeah, B13 is big and R10 is also very big. Then this is the only one that's left. This, compared to this, keeps all the points here. Well, white could play this, and then also later can play this and this in center. So that keeps like one. Uh, suppose Blake could play this, but then Blake also loses center here, so maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, I suppose. So we can assume that white gets this in center later. So white keeps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 points. And then black also threatens to jump here. So white would also lose these 3. And also the push in here would be center. So this one is rivals capturing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rivals the 16 here. Yeah, f3 is surprisingly big, preventing white d2 plus e3, and possibly synergizing. That doesn't look right. 3G synerg. There's a J, right? Anyway, with some M3 and L3. Yeah, there's also some RG here, and there's RG here. Okay. This, as you can see, was before I took pro games and just looked for random amateur games. Oh, black to play now here. Well, now b3, b13 is huge. Um, capturing here is not small either, but you also still have this one. You could also play here first. Ask this question first. Yeah, ask this first. But b13 first also. Yeah, s3 is not that big. It is reverse center, but if white gets this, black just plays here. And if black gets this, white later can still play here, maybe. So since that is also losing something for white, if black gets to play here, it's not the full 7 points reverse center. Yeah, so like I wrote in the text, S3 becomes more like a 3 to 4 point reverse center. And then in that case, oh, I just noticed I should switch this to this. Right. Um, so that makes this move only like 3 to 4 points reverse center, and in that case, a move like B13, which is very huge, or also the clamp here is much bigger. Hmm. Okay, what is happening? Oh, we have the block here, which is just center. And it's center because now white has to protect here, and then you can also capture, then you can also save this stone. So it's not just that you potentially, no, I guess there's no point in terms of doing this. But okay, you connect and thus you can save this in center. So this is urgent now, yes. 1.5 in center, I say. Why do I say 1.5 in center? Because no, I don't get it. Why is it 1.5? Because if I play here, yeah, now white has 0 points here because I get to connect. No, white could have played here at some point and gotten the 2 points here. Huh. Okay, but it's just pure like big center, so it's best to play now. Hmm. Oh, this is actually from a very early position here. It's worth it to spend some move in the center area or to play this. Actually, now that white played here, this is still annoying towards this group, but also this is a quite big move to get, and white, or maybe like this. This. Hmm. Blocking here is not that big. The archer here is not big enough, and this is obviously very strong. Yeah, I think like I move here, maybe a move here. If this one and jump, and you play here, and this, white can connect, but then you also capture this. Hmm. No, okay. Okay, so this one. Okay, all the three moves that I considered were correct. And this one that I actually played in one of my first ones, N2 is bigger, white can't do O3. Yeah, because then this, so maybe to show this, if you play this, it looks like white can play here, but then you push up. White can't block, so white has to play here. Then you play here. White still can't play here, so white has to play here. And then after this, first of all, after all this, Black can just connect here, but black can also just play here and create a bigger bottom side. So yeah. Or putting pressure on the left side right group is also more profitable. Yeah, this doesn't have center follow-ups, even though there might be some little bit scary, but yeah, there's just not much. Maybe white can at most get E11 in center, but that's not worth not getting this point here. Oh, and this one I actually remember because it was the Tisuchi here now. It's still N2. Now either white allows me to connect here and kill bigger, or I just straight up capture P2. Oh, this is actually not endgame. This is just, okay, this was big. This kind of connections I need to. Here it was better to just extend. No, wait, it was better to cut here and possibly give up these two stones. Yes, and seal off in a better way. Here you can totally play this, then this and this and this. Then after this, you can cut these off. Oh, and then you could also just keep not cut immediately, but keep harassing here. That's the point here. E.g. K16, J16 instead of my move. White go to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. End game. Right. Here you don't need to continue locally. Defending here is pretty big. Jumping here could also be big, but defending here is very big. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this was just too scared. I do remember this, even though it's been 56 days since I repeated this. Some of those I just remember. And here to this capture here is just not sent, so it's bigger to, well, first of all, you can Hane connect here. Yeah, Hane connect here. Yeah. And then, okay, there's some RG here. Oh, this block here is also really huge. I'm not sure why N8 is not even in the list of possible moves, but probably because T9 is more urgent next first. So in a way, because these two were also endgame, I also got some endgame training out of that. And now this is back to endgame. I remember this because I played this Atari, but this doesn't give me any points here, and it makes white stronger towards the outside. So this Atari was better. But first, even you should play the center here. Yeah, this gives potential 4 points more on the left, but also gives a potential to get reduced more with C6 later. Then we here already did this. Here you can play this diagonal or play this Atari first. Always play this. You can always play this Atari first because that threatens to cut here and then capture here. But you can also play this one immediately. Yeah, because H11 makes use of this weakness, but too crudely. If you get this exchange, it's much better than having played H11 for this. And this stone also has some implications for this RG here. And then here you can, well, Atari first here, but you can Hane here. Well, this is a big, so you can play this one first, and then you can Hane here instead of extend, yeah. Because J13 is always Sente. The Liberty shortage, so maybe to show this, the Liberty shortage here. After this, you can actually play here. And this, now this is not possible for white. Actually, maybe also here you can even capture here at some point, and then you can play this. And now it's not possible for white to play something here because you already captured, like you have no liberty problem here. And now white has to defend because if white doesn't defend, if white now plays some random move, now you cannot play Atari here and cut here, and then you cut off the groups, and it's obviously over for white. So yeah, I extended, and because I was maybe I didn't see this, or I thought that after this one, Hane, you I can't play here because I didn't see this in time, I suppose. All right. Oh, this was from my game against Sunjin. You can jump, but first you should push here. Or Atari from here. Right. Also Endgame. Hey, yay. Endgame, it's really big to defend here. This is also not small, but if you play here, you also threaten something here. It's basically a double center, yeah. Oh, I did this, okay. Nearly double center, yeah. Here, you don't play this one because after this, well, hang on, no, you don't play the cut. You play this one. You don't play the cut. You play this one immediately because then after cut here, you capture, and then there's no ladder here, so you just capture here. Yeah, I played the bad cut here. I think this was a blitz game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be free done. And here, this is the much worse shape. So you just play here. Yeah. More blitz games. Here you can Atari outside, then Atari and extend. And then you should have enough liberties to win against this group. So Atari, yep. Here you can push again. Not to play here. Should you push? Or this one? Push this one? Okay, push, yeah. Okay, and then we are back to the games here. Here should play the honey first, but okay. Okay, that's I think if there's no end game one left. Here you should cut first for sure. This is the kind of cut that I seem to not like to play sometimes. And here you should play from this direction to surround first. Okay, that's another two done. Okay, and I think from here on, what was this? Just some random online game. Okay, the rest I will do another time. I mean, I still have more than enough. I have 1,700 problems total to repeat, so that's going to take a while. Especially because I add new ones, which I repeat every 2 months then for a while. Okay, that was 21. AI Sensei positions repeated. Noise. Let's go back to the window here. So 2 hours 40. What else didn't I do? I didn't do 4-down problems yet. I didn't do special collection yet. Yeah, let's do some. Maybe no, maybe let's mix them. So let's do some fordern first. Let me do a try. What time is it? 11 p.m. Okay. Did I have anything else to do today? Oh yes, I had to sort the cupboard. Then I shouldn't stream too much longer. I still need to do like 30 minutes of chores afterwards. But okay, let's try a couple of four down problems. What time did I say it is? It's okay, 23. Let's say 23:30 as how long I have time to sort this one. Black to play. Um, there's a weakness at T14. Hmm. If you allow white, if you, for example, if you play T17 and white just plays something there. Wait, hang on. T18. If you play T18, white can play S16. But no, S16. Then there's R19. Um, so T18. But wait. If R19 by white, then and you play R16, then the whole thing becomes this. No, wait, no, this is not a Siki. No, this is not a Siki. Okay, just how does white react to T18 then? Throw in? Oh. Thanks for the follow, idiomentary. The other way, of course, could be that white. If white just captures, then you can play S17 and R19 still. So the throw-in at T17 is kind of the biggest nuisance. If you capture, no, but this still doesn't work. You just capture, and then if R17, you can play R19. Okay, then I have to calculate other moves for white. Huh. S17, if you connect, white can just play R16, I just realized. Okay. Okay, and if okay, so that means T18 doesn't work at all. Shit. Wait, T18 S17, there's nothing. You play R16. I suppose. But if you start with R16 yourself, hmm. If you start with R16 yourself, And white plays R17. Hmm. And you connect. White plays T17. You go in. Still a call this way. Hmm. You start with R19. White just blocks. That doesn't. That defeats the purpose. Hang on a second. Can you start with Q19? Oh, can you start with Q19? Just play Q19. I bet if you play Q19 and white just. Hmm, no. Okay, if you play Q19, if white blocks, you can play S17. If white blocks, you can play T18. If white plays T18, you then could play R16. No, you can't. Hmm. 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 Can you start? Can you start with R19 after all? Then if white blocks, you put. Hmm. Oh, this is complicated. What do you do? You pull out the stone, it just becomes a coal. Play R19 first, that doesn't seem right. T18 would place S17. Hmm. Hmm. I don't see it. Not like white has so few liberties here. Hmm. If you push in here now. White, if white captures. Mm, if white captures and you play this one, some kind of wedge here. Hmm. White could also play here immediately. If you play this one first, if you play this one first, white plays here. Do you play the where? No, you play here. White descends. You play here. There's a wedge. But white could also play here then. And then you could play here. So is it okay? The time is up. This is my best bet. Um, you play here, and then you can play here, right? Because then if white does this and you connect, then this doesn't work. And if white does this, you can push in and do this. No, you can do this. You can just. I guess you play here first. No, you play here. And if this Atari, then it's not. Yeah, you just play here, right? But then white. No, okay. Then white can play this, and it's still a call. So you push in first. But then white can play. Ah! Yeah, I don't see how you can prevent this ko. It just stays the ko somehow. You play here first, white can get this Atari first. So maybe you have to play here first. Yeah, if you play this, white just captures, and then if you play here, white plays here, and then it's this, and then it's this. So I guess that's the. It's not even the best ko, I suppose. Hmm. Yeah, okay, that's the best ko. Then that's it. That's what it is. Okay. Hey, I mean, close enough, I suppose. Yeah, and if this one, then you can play this one. And if now white does this, you can connect, and then this is dead. And if white instead captures, now you can wedge here, and this is a dead shape, and this is also a dead shape. That's what I read with this move. Um, I didn't fully read out what happens if white plays R70 in this situation, though. Okay, you can play this one. Oh, is it just no matter what? It just becomes a ko no matter what you do. Just that this one now is not a direct ko. So if Blake does this, it's a direct ko which Blake takes first. And this one, I guess, okay, because this is an Atari, it's still a direct ko because if white ever, yeah, white can't play here. So okay, so it's just a direct ko. Not a direct ko, it's not a direct ko because white still has to win the ko after that. So it's a advantageous step ko. Okay. Um, do I put this in correct or in partial? Because I solved a lot of this. I read a lot of this, but can I really say that I got it fully correct? If I'm not sure, I will put it in partial. That's the rule. On the other hand, it was pretty, you know what? I think I will put it in correct. It was pretty close. Pretty close to getting. I got the right solution. I read pretty much everything, mostly close enough. All right, let's do so I can finally remove this from my open tabs so that eventually I won't have that many. I didn't want to close those because those are from a different collection that I don't have open anymore. But yeah, let's do some special. Today we do some visualization training again. Yesterday I did semi-A on my own. Um, and then maybe that's the last thing I do for the stream because tomorrow I have like the next two few days I have more time and I won't just I might not have to start at when did I start? How long am I streaming now? Almost 3 hours. So I started at at 8:30. So I can start a bit earlier or maybe just have an afternoon stream or I'm thinking tomorrow I play a Fox game in the afternoon and then do this stream in the evening again a bit earlier. So tomorrow is a more go focus day in general. Today was no more was a more violin focus day, I suppose. Um, Teaching and learning alike. Okay, so here we have this obvious two stones which only have two liberties, and we have three stones which only have three liberties. So you have to keep those white stones low on liberties. The ladder is not working, so the net at P13 comes to mind. P13 white has to push out at O13. P14 is not possible because that just removes the liberty and then it's a ladder towards the right side. So then you block and guide white towards the right. But then you have to block at S13, otherwise you just lose the three stones. And after white extends, once again you have to push from that direction, otherwise you are already dead on the right side. So we have the situation where white has an extra empty triangle, full triangle, but like a shape O13, F13, L12. And black has two stones in the S line and also a stone at P13 and O12. So let me visualize that position. Right, and then it's white's turn. Then it's white's turn. White has choices to either Atari or to push again. If white Ataris, you counter Atari. White captures and you Atari again. And then you can Hane because white only has two liberties and can't escape. If instead white extends, then you can attack, then you can push from the outside, and then you can win this capture and race towards the right side. Yeah. Okay, so this, this. And the other thing, so I stopped here to visualize this, and if this, then you can just go from this direction and win the capture, then win this like this. Though I would probably play, at this point I would play this one probably. Yeah, but here it doesn't matter if this Atari or this Atari, you just counter Atari, and capture. And that variation was also that was number 217. That variation is, and as you can see, I am currently sorting those into these how long the solution is. So if you ever want to use this collection here, you can also use it that way to only solve the ones that are 10 moves or shorter. So you don't have to visualize quite as much at the beginning. That doesn't mean that those problems are easy though. Sometimes they have some complicated Tisuchi then. Anyway, this one you have to start from here. Otherwise, if you do anything else, white just place here. So you have to do this one. White, if white jumps here, you capture. If white plays this one, you capture. If white jumps here, you play this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Wait, hang on. Do you? Or do you just capture here? Hang on, this jump. The jump, you play the. Ah, no, 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 no. Okay, I see. Uh, Jump, you play this one. White connects, then you play from this. No, wait. Then this Atari, connect. No, that doesn't work. Hang on, hang on. If that doesn't work, then you have to push. Ah, okay. No, still no. God damn it. Um, oh, then you have to maybe squeeze somehow here. Okay, so you play this. Similar with the empty triangle, I suppose. Yeah, then you play then you have this. Okay, so empty, or maybe this one you play Atari. You play this Atari and this Atari. If capture you Atari. And then you play M8, M17, and then white has a very similar shape to last time where white has this empty triangle with only two liberties. And if empty triangle, then it could lead to the same variation, or white could extend, and then extend again. Then white has, after this extension, Has three liberties at K15, L16, and N16. And it's your turn to take away a liberty. Let me revisualize this again. Yeah, you play there, then you play there, and then if White tries to escape you Atari from behind and you play the ladder. Mm -mm. Yeah, okay. So you play this. I guess you can play this and then Atari, and then you have the ladder that I meant. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And if this, or it reverts back to this variation that you see if white now were to, okay, well, if white were to play Atari, then you just Atari, Atari, and then you just win it like this. That was another 10 to 20 moves long. Or 11 to 20, I suppose, yeah. This looks like just the standard Atari and jump. You Atari, black of course tries to save the stone, then you jump. Then black could also extend here once, but that doesn't change anything in this direction. But then black cuts, you save, black tries to escape, you Atari, black captures your Atari, black connects, and then you have a black shape here, this empty triangle here, and the white stones here. Yeah, three white stones like this. And then you can play the Atari, and then it ladder works in this direction. So Atari, this, Atari, this, capture. And then you have this, right? You have this empty triangle here. You have these three white stones that I mentioned. You have the B2 bomber plus one. And then no, the ladder just works in this direction. Yeah. And this one just, I mean, fails immediately. What? Why is this even the move? I mean, I guess if white wants to fight here, that's even worse. Yeah, so you can capture like this, and it's either way, it's a 17 move sequence. Okay, you can throw in and Atari. Then you have this clump here. Then you can jump here. White has no choice but to try this empty triangle, but then you can play here. And then there's no way, because all these stones have four liberties, so there's no way to like Hane and cut and Atari, let alone that white doesn't have the liberties to do this. So this, and this. That's a shorter one. I mean, of course, you could also claim that this is 10 moves if you now try it very hard to escape here, but I mean, come on. Okay, you can also start here. If white does this, you play this and then capture everything like this. Interesting. And if this, you can still throw in an Atari and then you could capture like this. Oh boy. If you Atari here, white connects, you play Atari. White has this uh, the, the box shape here. Your Atari, white connects your Atari, white plays there, and then you can Simply net this. You net this, black tries to push out, you block, white takes, and then you Atari from behind. And you have liberties here to spare, so you can Atari, Atari, and then white cannot escape like this. Yeah. And I mean, you could also, no, you couldn't even yeah. If you start here, then white can play here anytime. And this way, it indeed doesn't work because there's a double Atari here. And now this is, I guess, a ko. Okay, yeah. But the Atari here just works, and these are the interesting stones because these are the cutting stones anyway. So these are not even the cutting stones. So and then yeah, this just works, like I mentioned. Also less than 10 moves, so it's in the first part. It goes into that. Hmm. Oh, I had a problem like this already. So you play here, and then if white doesn't connect, in any case, you can just Atari and capture these in a ladder. So white connects. Then you play the Atari here. Yeah. Mm. So you play 017. White connects. You play the Atari. Um, Then white tries to escape. You play Atari from M16. White extends again. Then you can play Atari from M17. If white captures, you can Atari, and it's a connect and die shape. And if white extends, then you can connect at 018. And white cannot escape in the other direction with just the two liberties. So here, here, here. Or alternatively, here white can escape, extend, and then you connect here. And then white cannot escape like this. Yeah, and if this, you just Atari here, and then you Atari here, and then you just ladder this, and yeah. So I guess, oh, here also you could play there's just the connection here, and then Harnik and do this, and then win this, but that seems unnecessarily complicated if you, like, if there's ever a semi, I always want to play the one that where both have like fewer liberties. Because if you have a situation where it's 7 versus 6 liberties, or a situation where it's 3 versus 2 liberties, you win both by 1 liberty, but you give the opponent so many more co-threats in the 7 versus 6 liberties. So I would rather not give white the extra liberty. Here it's 2 versus 3 liberties, and um, in this no, no, in this position here, it's now 3 versus 4 liberties. So white has one more co-threat at least, if not more RG on the outside. So I'd rather choose this variation. And I would call this 11 moves long because I always go from the longest sequence. But of course, if you say that this is 1 to 10, I could put it in both, but I don't like doing that. That unnecessarily seems to bloat the collection. Right, okay, this is actually a longer one. You Atari, then you extend you Atari, and then you Atari, and then you play here. White has to do this one, then you play P19. Then white has to push, 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 connect. Um, and if white then were to connect here, then you could, wait, hang on. Where are we now? Where are we now? This one I think is a 30 move sequence long one. It just happens that everything is forcing, but you have to see a Tetsuchi at the end too. So Atari, Atari, Atari. This. connect, and if connect this. Oh, no, wait. You connect after white R18. You connect at S19. I gave white two moves in a row again. I sometimes do this. This almost lost me a game that I was totally winning recently. Well, it didn't lose me the game, but it made me come into time trouble, which was unnecessary, and then I almost lost. So then white pushes, you connect. If white now were to connect, you'd still just capture with R17. So white instead connects at R17. Then you Atari at O19. White has to connect. Oh, and then you have to play at white. Then white still has three liberties at S16, R15, and Q15. But you only have two liberties on these stones. So you have to defend from Q16. And then um, play Q19 in one move without shortage of liberties, right? Q16, I suppose, is what you meant. Um, so white then connected. You are tarried. Black has to play Q19. What do you mean by Q19? Q19 in one move without a shortage of liberties? I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest. Um, no, so okay, so the variation goes, you cut it N18. White obviously captures the stone. When you play Atari from L18, white captures the stone. No, captures. Then you play L19, white has to block. Then you play P19, white pushes. Then you play Q19, white pushes. Then you play R19, white pushes. Then you play S19, white connects at R17. You play Atari at O19, white connects. Then you play Q16. So you have now the shape where you have three black stones here with three liberties, and these still have three liberties. You have a big clump of white stones going all the way here. You have a white black stones going here, and then you connect here. And after white connects here, you can play here. And then after white turns, you connect here. And then comes the next Tisuchi. White turns at S13, and you can block because after Atari, you can Atari and squeeze Atari, and the ladder works for you. So yeah, this, connect this, turn, connect, turn, block, Atari, and so on. So yeah, this, and then the ladder works for you. Okay, I don't know how. Okay, let's just say that's what you meant, and that you saw everything like this. Yeah, but it's over. It's not 30 moves, but it's close. And I don't have an extra category for 30 plus, just 21 pluses already. If I reliably can read out 20 or more moves, then I'm already a happy camper. Okay, here if you play this, white plays here, you have to defend, and then white just plays here and plays this and is connected. So you have to play from this direction first. Then white has to turn, then you play this one. Hmm. Dab, dab, dab. If turn, you push down, then it's just a ladder, no? No matter how white does this, it's just the ladder. Yeah. So you play this, 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 and then you just have to, after this, you just have to Atari from this side, make sure that you don't Atari from the wrong side. You can Atari from here too, but I would never Atari from here because it gives white the option to like have more stupid stuff here. So I'd rather play from this side now, and then this is this. Okay. Under 10 moves, though, this comes in the first category here of 1 to 10 moves. Hmm. You have one, two, three, 4 liberties here. White has 3 liberties, which means you don't necessarily need to take away a liberty right away. You can play a netting move. Um, if you play this, if white plays this, you can just push in. If this, you can just push in. If this and this, oh, okay. White could push here and then play this, then you block. Then after Atari and Atari and this, you can still play this, and if this, you can still play this. If white plays this immediately, you can still play this. So it just works. I thought there was some Atari from behind shenanigans that you have to make use of. Connect, connect. Nope, just works. Okay. Yep, another 1 to 10 move solution. Okay, yeah. All these are forced, but here just there's 2 cutting points. There's nothing white can do. Okay. Oh, we have this shape again where white captures the one stone, but it's a connect and die. And so, okay, it's midnight, so this is the last one, last problem of the stream. You cut at S14, white escapes. You extend at S13, white tries to escape. You extend again at S12. And now anytime a white can extend and then push there, and if white extends down, you can just connect, and if white doesn't, you can always push and then play Atari from that side. So this. And if white goes all the way here, then you can turn here, and white can never escape here because it's still the same thing. So here, here, block, Atari, and that's it. And there's no other way that white could possibly do this. Like if white descends, you just connect here. Or you could even here still Atari and Atari. So yeah. And then we did 10 of those. 10 visualization problems. Tomorrow I will do semi again. Or rules of capturing rays. But mainly tomorrow, I plan to play a Fox game in the afternoon and then do this kind of stream in the evening again. Or maybe I just do this after the Fox game and then have a later dinner, but Depends on my energy after the Fox game, I suppose, and if I even play a Fox game to begin with. I think I will, but um, never know what's happening on a certain day. I set 10 visualize here. Then I also mark this in my system. I solved one foredown problem. I hadn't. Foredown is 16 on foredown, and we have. What did I say? Oh yeah, the special collection problems. 10 more of those. Uh-huh. Then we're almost already at 100% for the next day. Anyway, that's my study stream for today. Study plus tsumego. More extensive. Let's see if there's someone to raid at this ungodly hour. Hmm. Nope, Let's Go is no longer online. Oh, Sumia is online. Woo! Wait, at this point? At this time? Is it like early morning? No, wait, midnight? We will see after raiding, I suppose, what time it is. Meanwhile,
He goes here, so we start here. Hello, hello. How was your endgame? If I'm correct, you should have started the endgame week already, right? Yeah, for me it's on the screen. It's 4:36 a.m. Yep, yep. I hope your endgame was going nice. Yeah, because white goes here, so we take whites. So 1, 2, 3 method. No, so because summer started and it's very hard for me to sleep because of the heat.